Guys, great were the days when we just went to school with a thin jacket, belly out, no scarf, no hat, no nothing, and it was minus 10 degrees. We can't do that today anymore. Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm a fashion and culture enthusiast. I'm so happy to have you back. In today's video, I want to give you a little guide on how to stay warm while still looking chic. Because trust me, while you might think that your outfit looks cuter when you are wearing less warm things or things that will keep you warm, actually everybody sees that you're cold and you can't be acting the way that you would like to. And that definitely isn't chic. So here I am to help you be chic, love your outfit, but still be super cozy and warm. Let's start with the most important thing, and that is the base layer. And for that, I really recommend you to get some kind of layering or heat tech piece. I always love to go for the Intimissimi cashmere. I think it's ultralight cashmere collection. They have these roll necks or boat neck tops in multiple colors. They also have spaghetti top versions or versions with a little bit of lace. You can wear them on their own when it's a little bit warmer outside, but now that it's getting super cold, you can definitely put them under your jumpers, your hoodies, anything you want, and they will keep you so warm, and they are very, very nice on the skin as well. So I always recommend those. And then secondly, what I would recommend is getting some type of heat tech. And I think everybody has heard about Uniqlo's heat tech, but it just is that good and it looks super wearable. So you can literally get away with just wearing that. But what I would recommend is to put that under your jumper, under your cardigan, whatever you want to wear, and it will keep you super toasty and warm. Same goes for socks. Make sure that you have a really, really great pair of socks out of cashmere wool or some thinner socks that you can put under your thicker socks. And socks, I think, are so great because you can get some really cute ones, like red ones or some with a lace detail or another pop of color or some with a very nice pattern on them. And either you can let them point out of your knee-high boots, which looks super nice, I think, especially when you're wearing a little mini skirt or something in that style. Very nice. But also, if you opt to wear ankle boots and you have trousers or jeans or a skirt that go over them, it will look super cute when you sit down. It's just that love is in the details, right? And when someone sees that you're wearing these super cute socks underneath your pants that you wouldn't just see when you're walking around, I think that's so great, super chic. Next layer, when it comes to sweaters and cardigans, I will always recommend to go for natural fibers. For example, a good wool and cashmere mix. And of course, those can get a little bit more pricey, but first, that is definitely something that you can invest in and wear times and times again, year after year. But also, these very good materials are definitely something that you can buy secondhand because usually they are better quality, so they will last longer. So that's a plus. Or you can just ask your grandma or your mom, maybe they have something with a little bit of a better material composition because that is just going to keep you so much warmer. And also, sometimes when it does get a little bit sweaty in winter, when you get inside, sit down, it won't smell as much when you do start to sweat compared to, for example, polyester jumper. So what I specifically like is to get cashmere and wool for turtleneck just because my neck area is very sensitive. That's probably the case for most people, right? So that's very nice when you get a turtleneck. It's super soft. It will keep you super warm even around the neck. Another thing that is super, super warm, for example, this sweater is mohair. The only downside of mohair is that it'll get to all of your coats and everything. So my partner, he hates all of my mohair pieces. I can understand. I love them because they just look super, super nice. They're so warm, so cozy. Some people don't like the feeling of mohair on their skin. I personally don't have an issue with that, but I know that some good friends of mine, they definitely don't like mohair as much. An alternative to that might be alpaca. Alpaca is, I think, a in-between material. It's definitely not as soft as, for example, wool, especially merino wool or cashmere, but it's definitely also not as scratchy as mohair can be for some people. Okay, let's talk accessories that will keep you warm. First up, gloves. I was always on the team fingerless gloves just because I love to get a manicure and I like to show the world my manicure. And also, it's just sometimes uncomfortable to have, normal gloves over your manicure. But you know what? I also wanted to buy them for the sake of using my phone outside. But the thing is, when it's really, really cold, I can't use my phone because I can't move my fingers because they get cold. So this winter, I'm just gonna commit to gloves, and when I need to type in my phone, I'm gonna take off one glove, and that will keep me much warmer and it will look much nicer. And what I really like is when you get a set of, for example, a beanie, a scarf, and matching gloves. You can go for a pop of color, which is super nice, for example, a red or a stripy situation, or you can just go tone and tone with everything else or in contrast to your coat. For example, I'm usually wearing a black long coat, so what would look super nice is to just get cream white gloves, hat, and scarf. And now that I've already talked about the scarf very quickly, a scarf that I would recommend is a triangle scarf because those you can also put around your head if you want to. Or you can just use them as an accessory and put them, behind your coat. I will insert a picture, I can't describe it very well. It looks very nice and it's definitely an option for the not as super cold days. When it does get super, super cold though, what I love is a balaclava, and that is a 2-in-1, right? Because it will keep your head and ears warm, but also your neck. And I think something we always underestimate is headpieces. We should get more fun with headpieces. And I'm talking beanies. You can get so many nice and fun beanies, but I know that many people don't like to wear them, myself included. I have one, but that's just for the emergency when everything else fails me. But what I really like is those furry hats. Those look super cute and they keep you so warm. Now, when you're wearing all of those layers, I know what you're thinking. Well, you just look like that now, right? Layer after layer, but no structure because you want to be warm and everything is just wobbled together, no structure whatsoever. So what I like to do is to accessorize your outerwear. Here are some options. You can put jewelry over your coat. For example, a nice handcuff over your coat. Or you can wear a brooch. There are so many nice ones and you can get them vintage as well, which adds a little bit of more spice and a story to tell. Another idea that I already mentioned is to get a nice pair of socks. Those are a great accessory for winter. And then of course my favorite styling hack is to put a belt on top of your coat. That just elevates any look and it looks great with any coat. When you have an oversized coat, it looks so cool when there's just a lot on top and then you cinch in your waist and the rest is history. That looks so good. Also with a more structured coat, if that's what you prefer, you just cinch it in and it gives you an even nicer figure. With that, you can go the monochromatic way. So choose a belt that has the same color as your coat. Maybe then just choose another material. So if you have a wool coat, maybe opt for a shiny leather belt so you can create some kind of interest. Or at the moment, there are also a lot of those pony hair belts, which are also nice and that will look great. Or you can go with the complete opposite color. So for example, for a red, for a blue. Now, last but not least, I want to talk loungewear because let's be real, we will spend most of our times inside and have some cozy days in bed or on the couch. So I want to give you some recommendation on loungewear. A place that I always like to go to is Skims. Personally, I like the Boyfriend collection, I think it is. It's super soft. There is a t-shirt version And I think there's also a long sleeve version, but there's definitely the long pants, and those are great. I absolutely love and adore to wear them at home. I also really like their sweat sets with a nice pair of joggers. You can choose if you like the straight leg ones or the ones that cuff in at the bottom, and then get a crew neck or a hoodie to go with it. Super nice, and you will feel so much more put together when you have a set. I hope this was somewhat helpful to you guys. Make sure to click the like and subscribe button and leave a comment about what your favorite styling hack in winter is. See you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.